Good morning, everyone. We often celebrate freedom very loudly on stages, on screens, on calendar days. But the cost of that very freedom is paid in quiet homes, behind closed doors, by the very people whose names we may never know. Today, to discuss the very same thing, I have two very eminent personalities, two voices that help us recognize those voices that often go unheard. And I'm very grateful to be sharing the stage with you. We have Mr. Vikas Manhas. Please take your seats, sir. You can sit here. You can sit there, sir. Yeah. Seats, sir. So we have Mr. Vikas Manhas, sir, who has been visiting the homes of the families who have lost their dear ones. And he has been doing this as his mission for over 2 decades now. He often addresses the silence, he often addresses the emotions, and helps us understand what really goes behind when the attention of the world deviates from the very families who have lost their loved ones. He's been doing this, like I mentioned, for over 2 decades, so we have a lot that he'll be sharing today with us. So welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next up, we have Mr. Akash, sir, who is a digital creator of the platform called Military Mantra. This is a platform where he has over 250,000 subscribers, and the mission of this page has exactly been to communicate the stories of the armed forces, to help the young aspirants learn, to help them understand what really the life of a military personnel looks like. He helps talk about operations, about equipments. Of all, he helps them gain the confidence to do something for our nation. And yes, sir, again, it is a privilege to have you here.
Thank you.
I often think that when someone tells me to introduce the guests, it's never a complete package because they themselves would know what it took them to come here, what eventually gave them a purpose to start what they have. So to begin with, sir, we would love to know how you started this mission and what pushed you to be here today and continue this ever since then.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, the organizers, for calling me all the way from Jammu and Kashmir. My name, as she told, is Vikas Manhas. I belong to Jammu and Kashmir. Now, why I started all this? It was the year 1994. In one of the operations, Indian Army lost 7 soldiers. It was those days when the mortal remains were not transported home as they are transported today. The cremation took place in Bhadrava only. Like all other villagers, I was also part of that cremation. So when the cremation was going on, a thought process came to my mind that if such situation happens within my family, many times the cremation is delayed, and the reason for that is we are waiting for someone to come and see him one last time.
True.
The same concern I raised with a Jawan who was standing over there. He looked towards me. As a young teenager, he thought he pacified me with some words here and there. Somehow I was not pacified. I asked him one more question. If we can't take them home, bring their dear ones here. They can see them one last time. If we can do cremation today or tomorrow, what difference does it make? He again looked towards me. He said one line to me which was in Hindi. कि जो तुम सोचते हो काश दिल्ली में ये कोई सोचे. That time I thought all these 7 soldiers, they may be from in and around Delhi. So here even the circumstances are not good. So even they are not willing to come. The way I am narrating it to you, after many years I was discussing it with someone. That man told me, Delhi से उसका मतलब भारत सरकार रहा होगा. In a while, the pyre was lit. When the pyre was lit, I broke into the tears. Now I was just weeping very loudly that time. That Jawan, he again came very close to me. He just hugged me, trying to pacify me, calm me. That time I could see his eyes very closely and very clearly. Had I been a good artist, I could draw those lines of his eyes. I mean to say, the eyes are very fresh to me even today. They were big, red, full of water, but they were not pouring out. So that day I learned the lesson one of my life. Weeping is a luxury denied to many. He was in uniform, he was with weapon, he was in the combat zone. His own security, my security, and security of all the people lies on him. He will be knowing the names of those soldiers on the fire. He must have been trained with them, studied with them, operated with them. But he was not weeping. I was weeping. I was not even knowing the names of them. So while coming back from that cremation ground to home, a idea came to me that I should go to these 7 homes and tell them what I saw or what happened. So that is how the idea came of visiting these families.
Wonderful, sir. When you said weeping is a luxury not
Denied to many.
many,
Yes.
right? It's a very beautiful line. And the fact that you have visited the 7 families post it.
I could not met or visit these 7 families so far. Those days there was no information available. The news was in every newspaper in the coming days. The news was like this. Soldiers ambushed, 7 killed, situation tense, reinforcement sent. There were no names, there were no photographs, nothing. I wish that time we had social media the way we have today and people like him with their channels. I could have reached up to those 7 families, but I couldn't.
Got it. So like Akasha, you have social media platform where you use it to reach not thousands but millions of people. Again, coming back to how you started, what you started, could you just tell us from your own personal experience?
Sure. So I started the channel 7.5 years ago. But the mission was very simple. I was myself an aspirant. My dad comes from the Air Force, so I had natural inclination to join the forces. So when I was 17 and a half, I gave the NDA. I went for SSB in Mysore, and I was not recommended. I stayed there for 5 days. But my dad told me, if you don't get the mango once, you keep hitting on the tree until that falls. So I kept giving for 10 years. I have given 17 SSBs across Indian Army, Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard. So in 17 attempts, I realized, okay, if I'm not able to make it because I'm now overage, I will continue to help people who wants to join the forces. Because when I was young, there was, as Vikas also said, social media did not have much information about what are they looking for and how does somebody get selected and how life would look like. So that is when I started the channel, trying to explain people what my own experiences were. What did I learn from all these experiences? What things I did correct? What things I did not do correct because of which I was not getting selected? So that is where the journey started. And eventually I started recording podcast with veterans, then eventually doing it for the special forces guys so that people know what our Army, Air Force, Navy guys do. Because that information is very less available compared to what the US and the European Special Forces guys does. So that was the gap I was trying to bridge so that people knows that our weapon profile, our capabilities, the number of operations that we do, and the kind of things that we do are extremely high level and much, much superior to what we see in the US or the Europe. So that's the idea that I had.
Got it. We know, sir, you do podcasts with a lot of veterans. What was the first story that you covered and from a veteran himself? And I know from a personal point of view, you did mention that even though you have given your SSB 17 times, the 18th time to show up and do something of your own for the larger purpose, what exactly was that quality that pushed you and pursue what you're doing?
Okay, so the first couple of interviews were majorly from veterans from the Navy and Air Force. I interviewed somebody who was part of the Operation Talwar during the Kargil War. So I interviewed him. Then I interviewed one of the first lady officer who joined the technical arm of the Indian Air Force. So these were a couple of initial podcasts which I did, so that people know what life looks like. Because of course, special forces gives you the glamorous life, how things look like, but not everybody lives the same life. So I wanted to bring everybody, the technical branch, the education branch, the logistics. So that was the idea. And coming to the second part of the question, where you still show up even if you don't get selected. I would say that comes inherently to a lot of us, because in Forge, what we say is we never give up. You can never say a no to an answer. So until you have reached where you want to, or you have ensured that you've given everything you had, we keep showing up every day, and that's the only way. Not giving up is the only mantra that I have from my dad and the armed forces.
Got it. Makes sense with the
Yeah.
military mantra as well. Like Akasa mentioned, he has, initially started with the coverage of veterans from the Kargil War as well, and I believe that's where your story also began, aftermath of the Kargil War. So, who was the first family you visited, and any story from the home that you visited, and what has it looked like over the years? Has anything changed in that house? Have you learned or have you carried something from the very first home you visited?
As just mentioned earlier, in 1994, the idea came I should visit those families, but I couldn't make them. Then once the Kargil war happened in 1999, I was 5 years older, and after Kargil war, even during Kargil war, the media, both print and the electronic, they were in showing the information a lot, which was not in the earlier cases. And second thing, the mortal remains have started coming home. So on July 5th, 1999, the day we captured the Tiger Hills in Kargil, it was done by 18 Grenadiers Regiment of Indian Army. And we lost 7 soldiers on that final assault. Out of 7, 5 were from Jammu only. So one among them was Grenadier Uday Man Singh, just 19 and a half years of age, 1.5 year of service. So I read about him in the local newspaper. Now I had a name, I have his address, I have his details. Then I thought I should go and meet his parents over there. So like everyone has a apprehension ki what will we do, how will they react, I had the same. I requested one my friend to join me to visit his home. He said, okay, kal jayenge, parson jayenge. Then one day I realized he will not go with me. Then I approached my another friend. The same story. It went for few months. Then one day I realized no one will go with me. Then say in the early winters of 1999, I went on my own, met his mother over there. It's a long story to cut short. That was the first family which I visited. Now it's 26 years me visiting that family. Now, of course, at the home everything has changed except the room which belongs to Uday Man Singh. It's the same the way it was in 1999.
I think that is something that they are also, attaching themselves to a
Yes.
memory that they would always
Yes,
look back
yes,
at.
yes.
Sir, when you think of the condition of the family, because obviously you take a very different perspective than the usual media takes, because yes, we cover the news, yes, we mention where, when, how, but you go to a very different point of view and understand what the family goes through. So what is that something that today the audience here sitting also needs to understand? Because again, we do not visit those families. We again hear what media feeds us. So is there something that you would like to share, a personal story there?
I believe in one line which I should say in Hindi. भगवान उसी को ही तकलीफ देता है जो सह सकता है, वो हर एक को नहीं देता.
Correct.
I narrate a small story here. It will answer the questions of many of you people. In Kargil, one of the initial soldiers whom we lost, he was Lieutenant Saurav Kalia. Just 5 months of service, and what went with him is something the most inhuman which can be done to a alive human soldier. You think of any bad thing, it all happened to him. His nails were taken out, all his bones were broken, his eyes were not there. He had 4 nails which were put in his forehead. There were cigarette burns all over the body. Everything was destroyed in his physical human body. And lastly, after 22 days, he was shot dead. This was, and he along with his 5 other troops from 4 Jat regiment. So when all this happened, after 1 year, his instructor, who used to train him in Indian Military Academy, he visited his mother at his home in Palampur. Now here I would like to bring one more thing. When Saurav had to join Indian Military Academy, he came 2 months late. The course has already started. He was 2 months late for various reasons. Let's not go into all those reasons. So when he joined the academy, one, he was from a civil background, very lazy as per his mother. So everyone was of the opinion he will not be able to make it the first term. He will be relegated. Everyone was of the opinion. But he was very confident, I will do, I will do, I will do. And he put a lot of efforts. Now this instructor who came home, now he told his mother, Ki, auntie, you know, he came very late to the academy. So everyone was of the impression he will get relegated, he will do the first term again. But he was very confident, he was very hardworking. Even that time I also supported him and he made it for the second term. Then of course for second and third term he was just like with everyone. So that time this instructor told the mother, had I been knowing what will happen to him, I would have relegated him that time. Then he would have not joined the army in the month of December and he would have not gone into the war and this thing would have not happened. Now he is a army major, an instructor is telling to the mother of a soldier, it will be difficult for you all to believe what the mother replied. She replied like this, कि आप उसके उस्ताद थे, you were his instructor, to pass him, to fail him was in your hand, which you could have done. But let me tell you one thing, had you relegated him for 6 months, which means he could have joined Indian army after 6 months, then Kargil would have also happened after 6 months. He was destined for Kargil and Kargil was destined for him. उसमें आप और मैं तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते थे. I am talking of his mother, Vijay Kalia auntie. So this is the mindset.
Got it. Because I also heard that his brother did not allow the mother to look at his body when it came home.
No one was allowed. It was in a very bad shape. Only the brother could see him one last time. So the idea was to keep those good memories, what we have about him. That's it.
Got it. Like you mentioned, sir, God usually picks the strongest warrior to fight his battles. We also know from one of your podcasts where Group Captain Nachiketa, sir, was in conversation with you. He was the prisoner of war from Kargil as well. So any sort of insight you want to share from them, because he is also someone who came out from it, and a perspective like that of what it looks like to be there in that very exact condition, a voice from there would help us enlighten a lot.
So in that video also, he didn't get into the details because people would not be able to hear, because what he had described already was it didn't go to third degree. Of course, he did not want to describe it to the people there, so that people do not feel a lot bad about what happens. But one thing is for sure, so to a lot of people whom I have spoken about, I also speak about some of the fallen heroes who were part of the same unit or their friends whom they have trained with. Something very common which comes across is all these soldiers, for example, let's say Major Mohit Sharma, Ashok Chakra, or Major Sandeep Krishnan, and many like him. When you hear their stories now and listen from their friends, their course mates, you understand at a conscious level they were very high. They already knew a lot of things, much better than normal humans like us. So I heard it also from Major Jacob saying, these people came here only to learn few things, and they learn it and they go. So these are very special kinds of guy who can endure those things and do things in a way which we cannot even start, thinking about. So this is what I've experienced from those conversations which I had with them.
Got it. So you also mention about officer-like qualities that you highly not just ask the veterans or soldiers, but you also make sure that the young aspirants, maybe look for it in them or maybe inculcate something like that. So could you just mention what it is? Because we had a conversation today.
Yeah. The Service Selection Board basically looks for 15 OLQs, that is officer-like qualities. Now, for any regular human being in India would have those qualities for sure. And these are very simple qualities. For example, you have emotional intelligence or not, do you have courage or not, which involves both moral and physical courage. Similarly, you have, let's say, reasoning abilities. So these are qualities which most of us do require in our daily life to operate. But Indian Army and the Indian Armed Forces has a standards in terms of what level do you need as a minimum criteria to be selected. So if you're good at few and not good at the other ones, you will obviously not get selected. But how does it get measured is something very internal to the Service Selection Board and the DIPR, who decides, okay, this is how we will evaluate, which is again tested through 3 processes. There is a psychological test where you look at a picture, give your description, write responses to your words, and react to situations. And similarly, you will do group tasks in your GTOs where an assessor will be looking at you, how you operate within a group of 8 or 9 people. And then you have a personal interview where the interviewing officer will speak about you, your life, your family, what have you done. Now, these are 3 different assessors trying to assess same 15 qualities. And then they will make a judgment. Is this person having the same levels of those officer-like qualities, and is he trainable in the academy and in the service life? So that is what they look for. Now, the qualities are already out in the public. Everybody knows what those qualities are. Now, the only way to develop them is to consciously work on a daily basis on whichever quality is possible to be trained. Some qualities cannot be trained. For example, one of the qualities is integrity. For example, it cannot be your integrity is there in one place and other not there. So it's always a 0 and 1 case. Either you have it or you do not have it. There's nothing in between. So if you don't steal, if you don't lie, then of course you have a little higher integrity. But if you do that, then of course you would not be suitable for a role because the mandate is different, right? Leadership in corporate is very different. Their losses are on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, yearly, but in the armed forces, the losses are losses of life, losses of limbs. So an officer cannot, have to be very person of integrity so that ensures that the safety of his men are always the first for them. So in order to ensure that, they would always check for these qualities, and only once they are confident, they would pass you for the next rounds.
Got it. That's very insightful, sir. But it also brings me to a thought that these qualities, yes, they are inculcated in the Jawans or the soldiers. But again, I'm looking at it from a very different perspective of how the mindset looks like in the family as well, right? So you have visited over 500 plus families today. So what was that one incident maybe that has shook you when you have listened to the story or the way they have been living their life? And yet you see a very different mindset for what they have gone through, regardless of it.
Yes, we just mentioning officers like qualities. I narrate one more story. It will tell you the mindset of that officer and the mindset of the family. I take you all back to 1971 war, India-Pakistan war, Battle of Fazilka, one very prominent battles which Indian Army fought in Punjab. There were 2-3 units which were part of that. I just come to the one, 15 Rajput. 15 Rajput was one unit which fought in the Battle of Fazilka. At one time, they were given a task कि you have to capture a particular bridge over there. Now the commanding officer of 15 Rajput with his 4 company commanders, the 4 companies, their commanders, they went on a recce near to that bridge. They decided, they make up a plan. Now they came back. Now in their war room, imagine, say I am a CEO. I have my 4 company commanders sitting in front of me, and on a table, a piece of a paper, we made up a plan. We will go like this, we will do this, whatever the plan is. Now, among the 4 companies, one company has to go for the first assault. Who will make the first assault? And all five of us knew the company which will go for the first assault will have the maximum losses, and the company commander will be killed in action for sure because he will be leading from the front. This all five people knew. Now all the four company commanders are looking towards the CEO. Whom will he say to go for the first assault? Just try to understand what I am trying to tell you. I have to give a task to a person. I know he will be killed in that action, but I have to give it to someone. Now all four company commanders are looking towards the CEO. Who will do it? The CEO said, Alpha company will lead the first assault. The Alpha company commander said, yes, sir. As he said, there is no word called no, sir. When he said, yes, sir, the Bravo company commander, he said, sir, I am the senior most company commander among the four. Till I am there, he will not lead. Bravo company will lead the first assault. Try what understand what I am trying to say. When he was saying like this, the Delta company commander said, sir, you got married just 6 months ago. You got married just
6 months.
6 months ago. Till I am there, why will you lead it? I am the youngest company commander. Delta company will lead the first assault. Then the Charlie company commander said, I will lead. To cut short, there was a chaos. It was decided on a toss. Who will go? Bravo company commander, Major Kulbir Singh Rana, he led the assault. We achieved the objective which was supposed to be done. Bravo company suffered maximum casualties, and as anticipated, Major Kulbir Singh Rana was killed in action. He left behind 7 months married his wife, and when I could meet his wife, she said, had I have my own son, he could have commanded 15 Rajput one day, which my husband couldn't command. So that is the mindset of the people.
This is very, again, coming from a place that the wife had a very strong mindset.
Yes.
Sir, you also have visited families, other families, where you mentioned one of the family where the wife wasn't allowed to come out of a room and she didn't know how you made through it, that space.
Yes, you are talking about Sipai Kishan Singh.
Yes.
Basically, Sawar Kishan Singh, he was from 20 Lancers, attached with 55 Rashtriya Rifles. Fortunately, I knew his company commander very well. I used to go to his company in Pulwama, and I could meet him a couple of times as he was the part of QRT, Quick Reaction Team. Unfortunately, the day the company commander was getting married, that day in an encounter we lost him. His company commander on his marriage day called me. He said कि सवार किशन सिंह ने आज 3 गोलियां सीने में ली हैं और मैं देखो मैं आज शादी कर रहा था. चलो that is a different story. So I thought I should go to his home and visit him as soon as possible. So I went to Bikaner. I was staying at a family with a family of Captain Chandar Suhag. I requested his brother that we need to go to Pali to meet his wife and his mother. I knew his father was already no more. So that gentleman told me, here in Rajasthan culture, they don't allow outside male people to come and meet the females over there. So they will not allow you. I said, let me go. Let me try. At least we can go to his home. So he said, okay. Then he also make his wife to join us so that we also have one female with us while going to that village in Pali in Rajasthan. So when we reached the home, in between we took one teacher who used to teach Kishan when he was in a school so that we have a local support also. When we reached the home, it was just 2-3 weeks the thing has happened. So there were already many people in their home. So as told to me and we all the 3 males, we were sitting outside the home in that open compound. The lady who was with us, she went inside to meet over there. Now everyone, I was looking total different among all of them. When they asked me, ki, aap kahan se aaye ho? So of course I had come from Jammu and Kashmir only. So a narration started building up ki that I may have come from Indian Army, uski unit se aaya hoga. No, I am not saying anything, I am just quiet and I was interacting minimum with the people so that no one knows who exactly I am. So after a while, the lady who has gone inside, so she could make up with a story ki he should meet at least the mother. So now the villagers are of the opinion I am from the Indian army. तो अब माँ से तो मिलना ही होगा. तो when I went inside, when I met that mother, she was having this much of ghungat even in front of me. She was sitting inside the room. I was sitting outside the room, and the door was in between us. I just grabbed her hands. I could hold her hands. She was crying. My whole hands got wet with her tears. For 15 minutes, I was just talking. I don't even know what she was understanding or not. So then I said to her and the other ladies over there, I need to meet the lady also there, who is his wife. So somehow inside the compound, as no male member was there, the ladies, they thought कि ठीक है, ये कोई फौज से ही आया है, he should meet her also, कुछ तो होगा. So now I was taken to a different room. In that room, she was alone there. There are two more ladies, they accompanied with me over there. Now, of course, she was also in that ghungat. So when I started talking to her, she said one line to me, you are the first one who have come to meet me. Even no lady come and meet me. The ritual here is there. I am in this room only. I am not supposed to come outside this room. Everyone come, if they are males, they will meet the male boys, fellows outside the home only. And if she is a female, they will meet my mother and the other people outside this room only. No one comes in this room. And you are the first one you had come to meet me. Now I am telling her, I have met your husband. Your company commander is known to me. This is his number. Now I am just in between. Now then, when the conversation went further, just to cut short, she said, that room was having no attached bathroom. She said to me, just think one thing, I have to use washroom which is outside the home, the compound mein, at 3 or 4 in the morning before anyone wakes up. And then whole that day I have to just hold myself till say 11 or 12 in the night when everyone goes to sleep. Because I am not supposed to come out. And I have to eat different food which my sister cooks here only. And I am not supposed to eat what everything is happening. She said, I have 2 sons. One is 4 years of age. One is 2 years of age. One, they have lost their father. I don't even know for last 2 weeks whether they are having proper food or not. They are not coming inside. I can't go outside and see them. Just imagine a lady, one who has lost her young husband few weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. Now we are even depriving her to go to a washroom because she is not supposed to come outside. So with this, she is not even drinking a lot of water. She is not even drinking a lot of water because she has to hold it till everyone goes to sleep. So I was shattered emotionally, physically. I couldn't say more to her. Then I just gave her the number. This is the number of your company commander. And when I came out of that home, I was almost in tears. I called her company commander. This is the situation. Please bring her out. Then of course Indian Army, they put her in a SF now. She is doing very well. She has got a job also in Rajasthan government as per the SRO 43. Kids are going up. So these are the challenges.
Got it. Again, she was already holding a lot of emotional grief, and to put her through that state just because of the rituals that they follow or some things that they follow is very disheartening to even begin with. But I'm glad she's partially also doing well. I cannot take the emotional grief aspect of it from her. But I also think when you mentioned that, you make the families comfortable enough to talk to you, to share their stories. There was also a very interesting thing that I read that you were gifted a white pajama, blue kurta, and you wear it on your birthdays. Could you just share a story?
This is from Bangalore only. 10 years ago, we lost Major Akshay Girish in Nagrota attack nearby Jammu only. So after few months, when I came to Bangalore, I visited his parents, Meghna auntie, and his father, Wing Commander Girish, who was a fighter pilot. So whole day I spent with them. So in the evening when I was coming back from their home to where I was staying in Bangalore, so auntie said, I want to gift you something. So somehow I never say no to anything whosoever gives it to me. So I said, okay, auntie. She went inside, she got a carry bag. I could make out some piece of cloth is there in that. So then she said it to me. In the month of December, they had a family wedding in Bombay. So uncle auntie was supposed to go from Bangalore to Bombay to attend that wedding. And Major Akshay Grish with his wife and with his 3-year-old daughter, they were supposed to come from Jammu to Bombay to attend that wedding. Everything was set, and Akshay has bought a kurta pajama to wear in that wedding. So this was in the first week of December, and 29th November, in an encounter, we lost him in Nagrota only. Now the wedding must have happened at his place, but none of them were able to attend that wedding. So she said, this is a cloth, kurta pajama, which he bought for himself. Now there is, he is not going for that wedding anymore. You take it. Somehow I was reluctant in taking that. Now I am telling auntie, you give me something else. Let's go to market. You buy something, this for me, that for me. It went for, say, for 5-10 minutes. I don't know what went wrong with me. And one more thing, I am lean. 10 years ago, I was much more leaner. And if you see the photographs of Major Akshay Grish, well-built army major with broad shoulders and everything. So I said, auntie, uska kurta pajama mein to I will be just like a hanger if you are giving it to me. So you see his dimensions and you see me. So while all this was happening, his wife Sangeeta, who was also there, she just holded me like this. She said, Bhai, when you will wear this this kurta pajama, just send me a photograph of this. So when I looked towards it, so I could get it. So that day my wife was also in Bangalore. When I reached her where she was there, I said, auntie ने मुझे ऐसे ऐसे ये कुर्ता पजामा दिया. I don't know whether I did right or wrong in getting it. So she said, चलो अब तुम तो ले आए. Then after few days we went back to Jammu, put in some almirah. I never opened it. It was lying in that almirah. After many months when my birthday came, before that my birthday was already hidden, no one knew it. So that day when I just took a bath in the morning, I happened to open that cupboard without thinking, it was not planned. I just got that kurta pajama out and I wore it. And I say it, या तो वो श्रिंक हो गया था या तो मेजर अक्षय गिरीश ने गलत साइज का लिया था. वो ऐसा लगा जैसा मेरा ही है. आई एम लुकिंग कम्प्लीटली स्मार्ट फिट इन दैट. तो अब मैं मेरी वाइफ के पास गया, मैंने कहा कि एक मेरी तस्वीर खींचो. तो शी हैज़ नेवर सीन दैट कुर्ता पजामा बिफोर. शी सेड, अच्छा पहन लिया, अच्छा लग रहा है. तो शी क्लिक्ड वन फोटोग्राफ माई फुल लेंथ. इंस्टेड ऑफ सेंडिंग इट टू संगीता, तो आई रोट इट कि today is my birthday and it was my 41st birthday and for the first time on my birthday मैंने नए कपड़े पहने थे. मैंने कभी इससे पहले बर्थडे पे नए कपड़े पहने ही नहीं थे. तो I just wrote all that. और फिर मैंने ये भी कहानी लिखी कि ये मुझे कहाँ से कुर्ता पजामा मिला, कैसा कैसा क्या था. वहाँ पे एक कमेंट है जो नीचे मेघना आंटी ने लिखा हुआ. शी वॉज नॉट नोइंग कि ये मेरा बर्थडे है. शी सेड इट टू मी. आज मुझे वहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि सिंस मॉर्निंग I was having the feeling today you will wear that kurta pajama. So I still have that kurta pajama with me. At times, जब कुछ तो मैं कुछ बड़ा अच्छा कर रहा हूँ, तो I wear it. That is it.
Very beautiful, sir. I think it was meant to find your way, sir, and you have honored it well. Sir, just to conclude on that front as well, sir visits the family and he speaks to them. But what do you have to say to the audience that are listening? Because that's what you do. You inspire the younger generation. What is something that they can take back home today and know that this is something that they should be proud of and this is something that they can aspire to be?
Okay. So while it is very difficult because while we are discussing the heroes whom we have lost, I still have to tell people to join the forces. Because as a country, we do have a lot of challenges. We do not have much friendly neighbors. So we have to protect our land. So we always have to ensure that we have the armed forces guys and young people joining the forces, which is very important. So that's the part which I have to do because My job is very simple. I have to ensure more and more people are motivated to join the forces, and the service selection board and all the service selection centers have enough young people to join the forces. So that's what I try to do. Now, on the few parts which Vikas sir also spoke about, right, on the mindset parts, I just want to add a couple of stories, if that's allowed. Major Sandeep Unikrishnan's family live very close to my house in Yalanka. So I visit them every year. Uh, and every year, his dad and her mother speaks very less, but his dad would always speak about Major Sandeep Unikrishnan, how Major Sandeep was a mentor to him himself. A father saying such lines on a public platform is very rare. So, and I think last year I had opportunity to speak to buddy of Major Sandeep Unikrishnan, who was in the same operation in Taj, uh, where the situation came where he told his buddy, "Do not come up. I will handle that." And so he is the actual buddy who actually heard those lines from Major Sandeep Unikrishnan himself, and he went and fought those terrorists and cornered him so that the rest of the forces could neutralize those terrorists. And that was Major Sandeep Unikrishnan's Dare Act, which led to that. Now, when I hear Vikas telling another story, right, of leading from the front, so there are enough stories from the armed forces which we can inculcate and try to emulate a little bit. For example, I was once speaking to brother of Colonel Ashutosh Sharma, Sena Medal to Double War. His elder brother was Piyush Sharma, sir. So he was narrating the story of Colonel Ashutosh when he was trying to join the forces. So he had a very similar story like mine. He had given multiple attempts and he got recommended on probably his last attempt, and then eventually joined the forces. And even then, how he told you, right, he could have sent anybody into the operation. It was an operation where you had to go inside the house, rescue the people, and come out. So he could have sent any of his people, the second in command, but he chose to go himself. He was a colonel. Usually colonels do not go into the operation. They usually monitor the operation from outside. But we have enough examples, like Colonel Venugopal was one such person who was also Ashok Chakra. Colonel M.N. Rai is one such person. Again, they are very senior people. They still choose to go in because they know that they have to ensure the safety of their men also. So they always lead from the front. So this is one quality which I see in the Indian Armed Forces. Even in Service Selection Board, right? We have a test where you run with 10 people. There are 5 to 6 obstacles you have to cross with a snake in hand. So the assessor who is there, right? So he will try to discourage you so that he will put you under pressure. So he'll say all of you have to go first, and if you are last, right, they will ask you, are you from India or Pakistan? Because Indian army people always lead from the front, and he will push all of you to go and cross it first. So that's the mindset that they're looking for. That's the mindset that they want you to cultivate in. So that's one thing that I would like to share.
Got it.
I will just like to say one thing, as you just mentioned about Major Sandeep Unikrishnan. As a child, his mother used to gift him a T-shirt on every birthday. We lost him in 2009.
Yeah.
Now it's 17 years. Even every birthday, a new T-shirt comes for Major Sandeep Unikrishnan.
So if you visit them, right, so that T-shirt is always there.
Always there.
Every
Year.
birthday, a new T-shirt will come for Major Sandeep Unikrishnan.
It's definitely, again, I think something that everyone here is feeling shaken about, something that is very new to us, what you all have bought here on the dais today. So would you also like to mention about M.V. Pranjal and his parents who are here today?
Yes, we have parents of Captain M.V. Pranjal with us. And we have wife of Lieutenant Colonel Rajneesh Parmar with us. He was an aviator. We lost him 5 years ago, and Pranjal, we lost him very recently. And when I visited uncle, auntie, they even have the first, you can use the word shoes or the socks which he wore, which Captain Pranjal wore. I have seen them. And one incident I would like to tell about them also. When I met them for the first time, auntie told me, she said that when Pranjal was supposed to come home one last time, so we three decided, we three means uncle, auntie and his wife, कि we will not cry, हम रोएंगे नहीं. So When Pranjal came home, auntie said to me like this only, ki he was here only when we were in that room. Then we three and few close friends of Pranjal, they were there. So they played the music which Pranjal liked the most, whatever songs, she can even recall those songs, some Kannada songs possibly. They do all the activities which he liked. And when this was going on, there will be multiple people outside home. Army people will be there, local administration will be there, media will be there, so many. So they must be confused what's going inside. They are singing song, they are doing all that stuff. And they said कि we all talked with him. हमने खूब सारी बातें उसके साथ की. And then this is how we had a farewell to him. And he was the only child of uncle auntie. तो मेरे लिए कहना बड़ा आसान है. And when they came to know that I am coming to Mangalore, as Pranjal had grown up in this city only, uncle, he used to head MRPL, he was MD for such a big appointment. And many people, मैं यहाँ पे भी एक चीज ऐड करूँगा, many people say फौज में जाते कौन है जिनको कुछ नहीं मिलता. It's said in the house, in the floor of the houses by the people. I am not talking of common people. कि फौज में जाता है कौन है, फौज का है क्या. Pranjal, I think he had all the opportunities and options in front of him, with father at such a high position. It's, if I am not wrong, it's a prime minister's appointment on which he was serving. And then they came to Mangalore. Yesterday we visited the school where he used to study. I'm thankful to the school authorities also for taking me to that classroom where he was there. I could walk those galleries where he had walked once. And we have his teacher also here somewhere. Sir, kahan par hai? Yes, let me tell you, yesterday, in these 26 years, a teacher and a student relation is totally different what I saw yesterday. I will just put one more thing over here. I was also a teacher once. I used to teach for NDA, CDS only. I have also lost one my student, Major Vinod Nishal. But the bond which Sir has with Pranjal is totally different. He had a proper presentation on his laptop. This is his photograph when he was like this. This is his photograph when he was like this. This is his when he did this. And every now and then he said ki we used to have a conversation on a phone call. It used to be minimum 45 minutes, maximum 1.5 hours. Then yesterday only I requested Sir ki please come to Jammu. You should visit the place where he fought last. Let's go together. I told him. तो कुछ अलग ही था. तो अभी मॉर्निंग में ही समवन वाइल डिस्कसिंग विद मैम, आपसे ही जो बात हो रही थी, वी ऑल टॉक. जैसे मैम से ये पूछा गया था, व्हेन शी लॉस्ट हर हस्बैंड ऑन हिज बर्थडे ओनली, शी एंड हर सन दे वर प्लानिंग कि शाम को बर्थडे पार्टी वार्टी करेंगे, जो भी कुछ करेंगे. एंड एट 4, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, शी रिसीव्स a message, he is no more. This is how the Fauji life goes. You are planning for a birthday evening and suddenly you come to know that he is no more. And that time someone from us, who is media, they are us. They are asking her, आपको कैसा महसूस हो रहा है? आपको कैसा फील हो रहा है? Is this a question to be asked for a lady who is yet to understand what has happened? And but I just mentioned in the morning कि her son who is in class 12th right now, he is putting all his efforts and she is putting all her efforts so that he joins National Defense Academy and become an officer. That is the feeling. Feeling is not what she was having that time. That time you have no feelings. Let me tell you, you are numb. You don't even know what's happening. I just few months back, I was in Hazaribagh. I met the mother of Captain Karamjeet Singh, whom we lost last year on 11th February, who was supposed to get married in the month of April. So if you see the video, when his mortal remains reach home, though the auntie, they are sick, so she is saying very loudly, Jai Bole Sone Hal Sat Sri Akal. You must have seen that video when the Karamjeet is coming home last time. when his coffin is just coming into their cupboard, auntie is loudly shouting like that. So I asked her, auntie, कि आपने वैसा बोला था ये वो. तो she said कि मैं कुछ भी उसका उस दिन मिस नहीं करना चाहती थी. तो मैं सबको ये बोल रही थी, मुझे सोने मत देना, मुझे ड्रग्स मत देना, जब तक ये घर पे है, जब तक ये सब कुछ है, ये लास्ट है जो मैं उसका फील करूंगी, ये लास्ट है जो मैं उसका सब देखूंगी. शादी तो नहीं देख पाऊंगी, अब उसकी दुल्हन तो घर आएगी नहीं. तो कीप मी अवेक, कीप मी अलाइव, कीप मी स्ट्रॉन्ग. आई डोंट वांट टू मिस एनीथिंग ऑफ हिम. तो द स्ट्रेंथ विल कम विद दैट ओनली ना. जय बोले सोने हाल. हाँ, and his buddy Mukesh, he was also supposed to get married in the month of April, and we lost both of them on 11th February. और अभी 11th February को the uncle auntie they are coming अमृतसर, उन्होंने गोल्डन टेम्पल में पाठ रखा है. They will be doing all that. So that is the mindset.
We have come to the end of the session. I think that is something that we always discuss, that 1 hour is never going to be enough to discuss all the stories, all the things that we would also want to come to light. Just want to leave with something that देश आज इसीलिए आज़ाद है क्योंकि किसी ने अपना कल कुर्बान किया था. So I just want to say that we don't take the comfort that is being given to us for granted. We honor those, we thank those who have given up their lives for the comfort that we are living in, and we pray for those who are continuing to give us that comfort, and that's all I would love to end with. And thank you so much, Vikas, Akash, for gracing us with your presence. Both of you do seva, what I call is seva in its highest form, God's work basically, and thank you so much again. Please continue doing all the work that you do, and thank you again for gracing us with your presence.
ಪ್ರಾಂಜಲ್ ಅವರ ಮಾತಾಪಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಹುಡುಗ ಪ್ರಾಂಜಲನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪಾಪ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Let me only conclude with one very small, I just got the anecdote, Captain Karam की ही जो भी बात हुई थी. Few years back, I was traveling from Delhi to Ranchi. At Delhi airport, generally I don't put it on social media, I just put it, I am going to Ranchi on the social media. When I reached Ranchi, I received such big message on Instagram that I have lost my course mate. Today is Raksha Bandhan. उसकी 2 sisters हैं, उनका पहला रक्षा बंधन है आज. If possible, go to them. ये उसकी sister का number है, ये वो सब कुछ है. तो मैं वो घर गया, वो लेफ्टिनेंट अनुराग शुक्ला था, 10 जैक रिफ का. मैंने उसके घर में रक्षाबंधन मनाया, वो अलग स्टोरी है, मैं किसी और दिन बात करेंगे. इस बार जब मैं रांची अनुराग शुक्ला के घर गया, जब मैं उसकी सिस्टर से मिला, तो मुझे पता चला वो जो मैसेज मुझे आया था, वो जो सब था, ही वॉज नन अदर बट कैप्टन करमजीत सिंह. तो सी हाउ ह्यूमैन ही वॉज. नो डाउट, जैसे सर ने कहा, टफ हैं, सोल्जर्स हैं, सब कुछ हैं, बट एट द सेम टाइम दे आर वेरी इमोशनल. जैसे अंकल की ही लाइन है कि सोल्जर्स आर जस्ट लाइक वी ओन ऑर्डिनरी पीपल. And I add one line to it, but when that time comes, they rise to the occasion.
Again, thank you so much, sir, both of you. You can definitely follow their work and continue being a part of their journey as well by following them on their socials. Vikas Manhas and Military Mantra, Akash, sir. So again, thank you so much. With that, I would like to conclude. Jai Hind.
I now request Dr. Dashrath Raj Shetty, Associate Professor, Department of Data Science and Computer Applications, MIT Manipal, to hand over the token, to hand over the memento as a token of respect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.